Freddie and Catherine didn't get married. I think a lot of people were hoping for this outcome. And I think a lot of people were hoping that it was going to be Freddie who rejected Catherine rather than the other way around. Now, based on the last batch of episodes, I suspected it was going to be a no. And I thought it was going to be a thing where they're both going to be fighting to say no first. But the wedding day started off very optimistic. Like, everybody was upbeat. And Freddie had sent Catherine this really romantic note, and he had got her some earrings that matched her wedding rings, and basically said, I'm sending this to you because I know that you're nervous and I don't want you to be nervous. Very sweet. So there's me thinking that they're going to get married, that they've resolved all their issues and they're going to get married. And Catherine is thinking it too, because I think before the notes and before the earrings were given to her, she was on the fence, especially after the whole will/prenup situation. She was feeling on edge. She was feeling like Freddie didn't trust her, and she felt really disrespected. So I think if Freddie did not give her the note, if Freddie did not give her the earrings, Catherine would have said no. And I think at the altar, she kind of did want to say no, because I feel like in her gut was telling her Freddie was going to say no. But because he had got her this note and this earring and it was all very romantic, she was thinking, maybe I'm just in my head, let me take a leap of faith. Now, personally, I think it was very bad mind for Freddie to be giving her this note, giving her these earrings just to reject her. Because why get her hopes up? I feel like that was cruel. I feel like he baited her into saying yes. Now, at first, I thought he was going to say yes, but he had a talk with his sister who was basically like, I don't know about Catherine. Like, she said she seems like she's a lovely girl. And when somebody says she seems like she's a lovely girl, it means, I fucking hate that bitch. But yeah, his sister basically said that she doesn't think that they're compatible. And when the sister did say that, Freddie's demeanor kind of changed. But he still kind of said, well, I'm going to do what I want to do. Obviously I appreciate my sister's thoughts, but I'm going to do what I want to do. But then after the whole wedding, he was talking about how he was always going to say no to Catherine. Like, he knew coming into the wedding, he was going to say no. But if you knew you were going to say no, why give her these earrings? Why give her this note and put her in a false sense of security? I feel like that's a bit dodgy. That's a bit of a red flag. And even though Catherine has been a bitch, the whole time, I did feel bad for her. Ultimately, I think it was a good decision that they didn't get married, but I do feel like the way that Freddie did it with the earrings and the note was a bit shady. Freddie seems to want to continue this relationship. He says he still wants to have a go at it. He even spoke to Catherine's parents, which I think was very respectful. But I feel like Catherine is over it. Her ego is bruised. After she got rejected at the altar, Freddie tried to hug her. She was like, don't hug me. Like, you could just tell she wanted to cuss him the fuck out. Because he did embarrass her. He embarrassed her. And he made her look stupid. So, we'll see with them, but I don't see it working out simply because Catherine had already done so much in her eyes to kind of prove to Freddie that she wasn't this gold digger, that she wasn't this materialistic girl. And it didn't work. So I feel like she probably feels like, well, if I couldn't convince him today, I'm not going to bother trying to continue convincing him. So I feel like she's not going to bother continuing with Freddie. But even if they do try and continue, I feel like they're still going to come into problems, because the way that Freddie worded things is that he doesn't want her to be materialistic. He doesn't want her to be going to these bougie places all the time. He kind of wants her to be more on his wavelength, which I just feel like is not going to work. Like, if he knows that he's this materialistic girl, if he knows she likes to go out to bougie places, I feel like he either needs to accept it or, move on and find somebody who isn't these things. And the same thing for Catherine. I don't think Catherine should have to downplay it for Freddie. I don't think she should have to. Like, she should just go find somebody who is as materialistic as her. So yeah, I feel like the general consensus is nobody's kind of rooting for Catherine and Freddie to continue their relationship. But I'd be interested to hear from people who are going against the grain and are rooting for them, to continue their relationship, to possibly get married in the future. And do let me know what your thoughts are on this wedding. Do let me know what your thoughts were on this note and earrings. Do you feel like that was a bit cheeky, a bit shady, a bit cruel from Freddie? Let me know what you guys think.